Well, it was about 13, 14 months ago, I was approached that our company was going to do Extreme Makeover, and it was their third Extreme Makeover, my first, and lo and behold, I had no clue what I was getting involved with. I got sat down and said, you know, is there a few things that you want to help us with and go over? And I said, sure, I can help out, just let me know. Well, the list got longer and longer, and I was responsible for trying to organize 4,000 to 5,000 volunteers. Then I found out I had to feed those people. Then, you know, we needed to, how we were going to rally them together and organize things, and then I needed to find a team. But needless to say, when you're working with the Fargo-Moorhead community, it'll happen. And I didn't know it was going to happen until I lived this experience. The producers had told us that we were going to do a rally, and that was going to help us get people aware of the show and get volunteers out there. And they said, you know, just be prepared. You'll probably have 300 or 400 people at the rally, and you know, it'll be good. It'll be a good start to get the word out. Well, once again, we had Fargo-Moorhead. We had over 1,000 people at our rally. We had every cheer team, every mascot from every high school and college there representing, and it was crazy. I mean, everyone, it was goosebumps for me. I was like, oh my gosh, this is really happening. I don't think people really thought it was going to happen. And here we are, and Fargo-Moorhead was ready to start that day. Registration started that night, and they said, oh, okay, it'll take about a week to get your 4,000 to 5,000 volunteers filled up. By 2 a.m. that evening, Fargo-Moorhead had all of the volunteers we needed. We had over what we needed. It was phenomenal. I knew at that point that this was going to be fun, and I was going to be in for a good ride. The producer said, well, in the overnight hours, Nicole, you're not going to have that many people, so you're going to need to make sure that you've got a good core. In the middle of the night, it's going to get, you know, it's kind of when it slows down. I couldn't get people to go home. I couldn't get people to leave so that I could get the new shift of volunteers to come on. They just hung around. Well, these volunteers in Extreme Makeover world are called blue shirts. And I didn't know, I mean, obviously I know now, you see blue shirts on the show, and you know, there was fun times when I'd get a page on the radio and they say, okay, we need 30 blue shirts over in Art World. Well, that was the first time I had heard that, so I grabbed literally 30 blue shirts and brought them to Art World. You know, the producers are on the ground laughing, rolling around laughing at me and thinking this is just hysterical, and I'm like ready to cry and pull my hair out because I don't know why I'm being made fun of. And I was stressed and trying to get everything going. Well, they wanted 30 volunteers in Art World, so hence later I found out that blue shirts meant actually bodies in the blue shirts is what they needed. Some of the things that I probably pulled away the most from doing this show was the reorganization of the organizational skills for myself, but more so and more serious, it was the new people that I've met, the new friends that I have met from doing this. I'll run into people in the community and they'll recognize me, or I'll recognize them, or seeing the blue Extreme Makeover shirts around town, people out jogging, out running, showed me the impact that this show has put on our nation. And I think it was just a sense of pride that I was able to be a part of that, and to make the Grommesh's dream come true, have their dream home, let Garrett be free in his own home, spend time with his family in ways that he hasn't, not be so restricted. And we were able to make that happen by the 5,000 volunteers that showed up to help this family and to make their dream come true. So we have the memories at Heritage Homes to hold with us forever. Us employees reminisce numerous times, but it definitely was an experience that I'll never forget. I made a lot of new friends, and what a wonderful thing that we were able to do for this family.